today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's Richie James on the return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
The ball carrier.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. There's Garoppolo to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. 22
more. That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
The 11-yard line.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Sam Hubbard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trent Taylor there to make the grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Gold lining up for the point after.
They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Joe Mixon on the carry.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now a first carry for Javonte Bernard. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that's incomplete.
Burrow's pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
They'll run for the first time with Jerick McKinnon. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Tackle made.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 49 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Point conversion is no good.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This will make it into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now Burrow loses the football, and this is going to be 49er football.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive box.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon taking it in. And the 49ers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
I think it's okay, though, they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A gain of 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. From the 39, Garoppolo, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Garoppolo gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of speed.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Green's got it over the middle. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is going to be 49er football. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. And almost intercepted. He could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's 3rd down.
3rd down, and
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sidelines. He could not come up with that football. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Garoppolo again, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers continue to roll.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And the route is on here in this first half. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now it's Wilson. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've hit. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Niners 33. Bengals nothing. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off.
The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. To return it, Darius Phillips. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6.
Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time.
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel on a touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The 2-point conversion is...
I know we could sit up here
the score
and dance around it a little bit.
Bengals nothing.
But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went... yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this moment. No.
First and 10. At their own.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5. And the Bengal first down.
Now Burrow on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
Here's Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
First and goal, Cincinnati.
Now Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals gain a bit of respectability.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
The kick is good.
Bullock good on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone.
Richie James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Garoppolo now. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Open man is born. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. They were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
On the screen, Bernard. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Johnny Bernard. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.